Hello, I'm Botany with CNC English News on top story today. Please let's begin with our headline. The first story is the royal government to increase budget for community development to $70,000. The second one, Commerce Ministry, GMAC and Foreign Ministry reacts to the EU decision on EBA withdrawal. And the last one, economic activity along the third ring road need great length of the time. Welcome back to our top story on detail now. The first story that we have to mention is the royal government to increase budget for community development to $70,000. His Excellency Samdech Krala Homsok King, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Interior, said that in 2020, the royal government will increase the budget for development of the communes across the country to more than $70,000, while the now budget is only around $30,000. In all communes nationwide, the budget will be increased up to almost 50% for developments. The total budget, to be exact, is $73,000, excluding salary for civil servants. According to the government policy, the budget will be increased for development for the next year, such as in the 2021. The budget will be added up to the more than $85,000, and in 2023, it will be raised to more than $110,000. Samdech Krala Homsok King further stated that to increase in development budget of the commune throughout the country reflects to the willing of the royal government and to further improve infrastructure in commune in accordance with the progress of the whole nation, which is currently developing. There are 3,140 communities in Cambodia, and royal government will increase the budget for development in accordance with the population growth and the development of the country. That we would like to move to the next, that the second is Commune Ministry, GMAC and Foreign Ministry react to the EU decision on EBA withdrawal. From February 12, 2019, the European Union, that we call EU, has launched the formal procedure for the temporary withdrawal of everything but the aim of the called EBA preference for Cambodia. Relating to EU matter, the Ministry of Commerce issued a statement on February 12, 2019 that the intention of the EU does not mean that the European Union should immediately or automatically launch the procedures, but it is time for only official consultation procedures. The Commerce Ministry explained a summary of the following reaction. From the commencement to the end of any final decision in the 18 months from February 12, 2019, the above period shall be determined in two phases. The first phase lasts 6 months. First, European Commission discussed with the royal government of Cambodia related to the party to learn more about the progress of the implementation of application in provision number 978 in 2012. The second part of the 6-month period, if the European Commission sees Cambodia show more progress in relation to EU concern and the European Commission understand that report is processing well, the committee will temporarily suspend the EBA preferential system and issue a decision to terminate its decisions. According to a statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the royal government of Cambodia considered the decision as an extreme injustice when the European Commission disregarded the concrete measure and substantial progress made by the royal government of Cambodia in its adherence and commitments to the implementation of the 15 UN and ILO Core Convention, which are the precondition to continuation of the EBA unilateral trade preference, particularly in the areas that were underlined in royal government of the Cambodia statement in December 2018 regarding to the strengthening of the political and civil society spaces, promoting labor rights and addressing land of issue that sugarcane economic land concessions that we call ELC. The Garment Manufacturer Association in Cambodia, that we call GMAC, has also issued a statement calling on the European Commission and European Union member states to evaluate whether such as a procedure could lead to suspension of the preferential tariff under the program of everything but out proportionally and ultimately reinforce democracy and human rights in Cambodia. Report on transparency in Cambodia in 2018 evaluated factories according to the 21st key issue that were set to reflect key workers' rights. There have been found that 91% of the value of factory followed from 18 to 21 major. That is the big issue that while the percentage of the factory with the low complaint rates dropped to 2% in 2018 in the last test batch, Factory Cambodia that we call BFC reports in 2018. GMAC Secretary General Mr. Ken Liu stated in the statement that GMAC participation in Better Factory Cambodia BFC program contributed to the development of the culture of the transparency and compliance with the labor standard and international labor force. GMAC will continue to work closely with its members to improve professional relationship by the supporting legislation for simple and transparent union at each factory. Based on our unique field practice, GMAC believes that EBA withdrawal is not warranted and void. And RVC, the Deputy Prime Minister Sokheng recognized a big concern of Cambodia on immigration. Somdak Sokheng, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Interior said that Cambodia has been focusing on immigration issue, especially immigration management through land, water and air. Cambodia has to curb this issue under immigration law. So far, the Ministry of Interior has withdrawn 86% of immigration documents in Cambodia and left around only 14% more. The Ministry of Interior will finish this task in the next 6 months without delay. Somdak Sokheng further said that this issue of immigrants is very important for Cambodia, which cannot be left behind. If this is left standing, it can be complicated, and this issue must be studied in order to improve the legal realm to better for management immigrants in Cambodia. Please note that the immigration law of the Kingdom of Cambodia was adopted by the National Assembly in 1994 and was enacted by the last King Father Norodom Sihanouk. Cambodians are generally aware that there were many migrants in Cambodia, such as Chinese, Vietnamese, and other migration, and most of them are Vietnamese. Based on the economic, that we see that economic activity along the third ring roads need great length of the time. Royal Government of Cambodia, that we call RGC, that has launched the construction of the new third ring roads with a cost of $250 million. A direct request was made by the governor of Phnom Penh to owner of factory to relocate to the third ring road, aiming to reduce traffic congestions in the city. But a real estate expert has explained the development stake in a new area or location linked to a government fund project that uses national budget for infrastructure. Development will be not immediately effective to serve citizens whose income on average or low. Mr. Jack Soknim, president of the Association of Wire and Real Estate Agency of Cambodia, confirmed that development activity will not be as what we expect, because it takes a reasonable time since an area with brain activity occurs only with an influx of the people and the rising of the land prices. Based on the speak of Mr. Nim, House New Site Development, Somdak Akek Mahasenapadej Johon San, Cambodia Prime Minister and Chinese Ambassador to Cambodia, Mr. Wang Wintien, held a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction on the third ring road construction site, which will cost about around $275 million and length around 53 kilometers from National Highway number 4 to National Road number 1. In particular, the new ring road has become a vibrant real estate market, especially for the real estate investor. Especially based on the Mr. Jack Soknim said that the third ring road would be highly effective for transportation of the goods from mainlands to the ports. We would like to move to the Cambodia easier with the new vehicle license procedure. To the same service provider, in the Cambodia single form transfer service and tariff in a single bill service, according to the procedure for the transfer of the new vehicles with modern technology, which will be set up soon. His Excellency Parmali, Secretary of the State of Ministry of Public Work and Transport, accompanied by the H.E. Chunwon, General Director of the General Department of Road Transport, Mr. Hieng Satyut, Director of Information Technology and Public Relations Department of Ministry of Public Work and Transport, and relevant officials discussed with His Excellency Kong Wipol, delegate of the royal government in charge of the General Director of Taxation at the Administration Building of the General Department of Taxation of the Ministry of Economy and Finance. The meeting discussed the content of the drafting paragraph of inter-ministerial on the form and procedure for the transfer of vehicle ownership. The meeting also discussed the technical issue of the connecting the vehicle registry system with the tax system to share the data with each other and verify counterfeit prior to transfer of the ownership vehicle taxpayer, as well as ensure that the vehicle that has come to transfer ownership and has paid the exact tax and facilitate citizens to pay fee on vehicle ownership, transfer and the UT stamp. To promptly and transparently deliver service throughout the financial institution determined by the both ministry, with the fruitful result, the meeting agreed on the maintained content of the draft interministerial broadcast on form and procedure of the transfer of the vehicle ownership, the expertise of the two ministries to retain the remaining technical work in order to request to both ministries for validation and enabling the system with the new procedure in the near future. Now that's finished for all our top story today. Now we would like to say goodbye and thank you for your time.